me tell you, doing a green eye, honey, is not for the weak. Hey y'all, so let's get into this green goddess eyeshadow. So I'm really feeling the green vibes, considering that it's gonna be Pisces season, and I know Pisces is a water sign, but I'm a March Pisces, and March, green, St. Patrick's Day, springtime, and all that shit. You know, anytime you see March depicted on the calendar, it's usually green, and it has the 4-leaf clovers and things like that. So we're gonna go with the green vibes for the Pisces vibes, because I'm a March Pisces, big March Pisces. The Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette, it has all of the colors that I can think that I want to use in it, so we just gonna go with that. Okay, I don't have a plan, I have concepts of a plan. Okay, I have a concept of what I'm going for, but I haven't really mapped it out, so y'all gonna be figuring this out as we go along. So let me come back after I have my eyebrows done. Okay, so now I'm going to line my eyebrows and also prime my eyelids with this Bobbi Brown Skin Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Warm Almond. And I'm literally just gonna take some off of the brush with another brush, a small concealer brush, flat concealer brush. And I'm not gonna like use a lot of product, because that's how you get real messy with it. Start off with a little bit and just line your eyebrows just like that, and then bring it down all over your eyelid. Get a little bit more. Now that I've done both of my eyelids, I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and just go over it to blend it all out, so it's not patchy in any areas, and I got it everywhere I need it to. So now I'm also gonna take a fluffier brush. Gonna find a fluffier brush, and I'm gonna go to this Easy Bake and Snatch by Huda Beauty, if I can open it. Yeah, girl, I been open and close one more motherfucking time. Sorry. Sorry. So anyways, I'm gonna go into this Easy Bake and Snatch by Huda Beauty, and I'm just going to set it on both eyes. And this just creates a like smooth, flat, dry base for you to add your eyeshadow to. Okay, so now for the fun part. So for the base, I might actually use more than one palette for this. Let me see, because I don't know what this is giving. It's giving orange as fuck. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go into another palette. So I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I'm gonna go into this brown shade, and I'm gonna use that as my transition shade and put that all over like the crease up in here. So I'm just gonna use, you don't have to use too much, but you can always add more. Can't take none off after you already use it, so it's better to start with less. But I'm just gonna put that all over my crease area, somewhat avoiding my eyelid and somewhat avoiding the very top of my brow bone. So I kind of want to leave that highlight there. And this is just gonna serve as like a natural shade to go from my brow highlights, and it's gonna look more skin tone colored rather than just boom green. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just going in with the green, something a little bit more skin-like in the middle. And you don't need to press too hard with the brush either. It's very light, feathery, soft windshield wiper motions, but you do want the color to be pigmented. At least I do. I know everybody don't really do eyeshadow, or if they do eyeshadow, it's real subtle, real soft. I'm not one of them. I put that shit on, especially if I'm doing like a look. I like to put the eyeshadow on. I've been that way all my life, girl. Now let's pick a shade to be our base green shade. I'm gonna find something, very much something. Thinking maybe this, and then this to like deepen it and smoke it out a bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start with this green, Motherland green, and we're gonna see if that gives what I'm trying to get to. I feel like it might not be dark enough. I feel like this Serengeti is kind of the base that I'm looking for. Let's swatch it. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna start with Motherland, because here they are. You see, Motherland is the lighter green one and Serengeti is the darker green one. So we're gonna go first with the lighter green Motherland, and we're kind of do the same thing we just did with the brown in the crease area. That's where green eyeshadow seems like so crazy. This looks crazy as we speak. This looks crazy at the moment. So I'm gonna use this brush and I'm gonna go into the Serengeti color, and I'm gonna like go deeper into the crease and more towards like this outer portion here, like this, the outer corner, and then bring it in a little bit deeper up in here. And this I'm not taking like all the way up like the other, just here. So it's giving kind of like, you know, same thing on the other side, the outer corner, and bring it in, all in the crease. Okay, now I'm going to, let's try this Cape Town color. It's another green. Blend it in with the outer green so it's not that like harsh line that it was before. Kind of like softens this little, you see this hard color difference there and how it's more smoothed out. Basically doing that. Let me tell you, doing a green eye, honey, is not for the weak. Not even a little bit. Because at this point in time, I'm like, bitch, what is even happening right now? Bold, bold, bold. Now for the shimmer. For the shimmer. So now let me also swatch these first before I decide which ones I'm gonna pick. So now I'm gonna go in with a more smaller brush, and I'm gonna go into this Batik color, and I'm going to put that all over the lid, and I'm gonna bring it up kind of high, and I'm really gonna pack this color on because I want it to be really bright. And this is why I do my eyes first, because the looks that I be doing, honey, you do not want these colors to fall out on your makeup. It ain't never coming off. You gotta start all the way over. I love that. It's a beautiful green color. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in the inner corners with like a more yellowy kind of color. It's called Beads, this one. I'm gonna put that like in here. So I'm gonna take this brush, small and flat. I'm just gonna see what that gives in the inner corner. Yeah, it definitely brightens it up. Okay, so now we have this kind of like two-tone green gold situation going on. Love that, love that, love that. What do I want to do? Do I want to try to... So I'm just taking some makeup remover and a Q-tip and I'm kind of like shaping my eye out a little bit. See? And then down at the bottom. So it kind of make it like a wing situation. This versus this. And then I'm going to fill this in with concealer and a little bit of like more brown eyeshadow too. So you can really see what I'm trying to do. But right now I'm just trying to carve it out. You don't got to use like a lot. And this might be an advanced skill, honey. I don't know. Is this considered immediate, intermediate, or advanced? Is this considered beginner? I don't know if this is. I don't know if this part is beginner friendly. I usually do a good beginner friendly tutorial. I don't know if this part is beginner friendly. So I'm gonna take the other side of the Q-tip and just make sure I've cleaned up everything that I want to clean up, especially towards the bottom where we're gonna go in and do the rest of our makeup. And then up here, I'm gonna go back in and do the, like I said, I'm gonna go back in with the concealer. I'm gonna go back in and mostly towards the edge here, the outer edge of the eyebrow, just like that. I'm gonna let that sit because it's probably gonna take a little longer to dry because we just put that micellar water right there. Okay, so what brush am I gonna use to blend that out? I'm gonna take another small concealer brush, blend that out again. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back into that brown shade a little bit and just lightly add that back up there. Not completely taking away the highlight, but making it very thin. Okay, do we want to put a wing liner on this? I feel like we should, just because it's like really dramatic, and of course a dramatic look needs a wing liner, you know. Obviously you should do a wing liner. Now I gotta concentrate for this part, so I'm not gonna be talking. Let's see, I think this is gonna be cute. Yeah, absolutely the wing. So I'm not taking the wing like all the way up, but you see. Woo! That was a wild ride, but we have arrived. Okay, so now it is time for our base makeup, which will help us not look wild and crazy right now, because right now we look a little wild and crazy. The Sephora Smooth and Blur. Not deluxe. I love the way this stuff makes my face feel. And so for today, I think we're gonna go NARS. I might as well use it up. I'm holding on to the last few drops of Bellum because I'm holding on to the last few drops of Bellum now that NARS has done away with Bellum and the light reflecting foundation. I have to find a new shade, and apparently NARS is not the only one redoing their shades. Giorgio Armani Beauty, the Luminous Silk, they don't have just shade 13 anymore. They have redone all their shades. When you go to the Sephora website, all of the Giorgio Armani shade colors in the Luminous Silk say new. Why are they doing this to us? I don't know. Of course we love new shades, love that, right? Wonderful, love new shades, but girl, can we keep the ones that I use though? We can make new ones without deleting the old ones. So I'm going to do 2 bumps to that. And this is actually one of my most favorite foundations because it looks like fucking skin. It blends out like you don't have no makeup on. Like you just have perfect skin. And it covers a lot. I don't like makeup that like looks super cakey or covers everything. I kind of like for my moles and stuff to still show through the makeup, because that's, in my opinion, what makes it look like skin. Then I'm also going to go back into the Bobbi Brown Skin Full Coverage Concealer and Warm Almond. This is what I use to brighten my under eyes. And while that sets and dries down, we're gonna go in with the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Espresso, and I'm going to use it as like a bronzer contour kind of situation. And if anybody has any other recommendations of some bronzers or contour shades, put me on, because Fenty is like all I've ever used when it comes to bronzing and contouring. Like I said, I'm one of those if it ain't broke don't fix it kind of people. So girl, I go with what works, because I be pissed off when I pay money for something and it doesn't work. Putting your contour or your bronzer directly on your cheekbone instead of underneath your cheekbone gives you a more lifted look to the face, and it's gonna drop to more of the hollows of your cheek anyway, so it's still gonna give you that snatch, but it's gonna be more up. I'm gonna get back up into my hairline so you don't see my scalp looking all. Okay, now we're going to blend out our concealer, starting with the outer edge first, blending out the harsh lines so it's a smooth transition of shades, especially if you're using a brighter, a lot brighter concealer like mine. As you can see, mine's like pretty bright. You gotta make sure the blend is good, or else it's gonna give a little crazy. And then you can also, if you've messed up on your wing liner, you can also use concealer to like help you clean that up too. Also, you don't want to tap too hard when you're doing this. Very light, very feathery, barely really holding this, and just tapping it on your face. The more makeup we put on, the less crazy the eyeshadow is looking. I'm going to use 2 pressed powders, one for my under eye and then one for my entire face. So the one for my under eye is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch, and I just take the powder puff like this, rub it, and make sure it's even on the powder puff when you rub it. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you want it to be, see how I have this little hole right here? You don't want that, because then when you put it on your face, it's gonna be there too. So you want it like this, all covered. You can even rub some off on the back of your hand if it's too much. And you want to press that into the skin. Like I said, try to keep your hand flat when you're rubbing in it so it gets evenly all over the powder puff. Same thing on our forehead and our chin highlight as well. Now, still looks a little crazy. I know. Now we're gonna go in with another pressed powder. This is a Chanel pressed powder, and as you can see, I be using this. I swear by this. This is a blurring pressed powder. It's gonna cost you a cute little coin, but it's worth it, in my opinion. Same thing all over the powder puff, and you're gonna press that into the skin as well. And this goes everywhere you put foundation, everywhere you put bronzer. You see how my forehead on this side is blended, on this side it's not, because I didn't do on that side yet, but watch. Look at that. Blends everything together, and it gives you like an airbrush flawless look as well. Pressed powder over the whole face is, to me, just the icing on the cake that makes everything look all together. And if you're worried about it looking powdery and whatnot, that is what setting spray is for. Okay, that's what setting spray is for. But before I go in with my setting spray, I like to do my blush. I do blush after I do both of those. Now don't judge me, I'm kind of wild and crazy, but like I said, she's still usable, so we're still gonna use her. So I'm going in with an angled brush, using a little bit, tapping some off, and right on the top of my cheekbone is where I'm placing that. Boom, just like that. Same thing on the other side, out, right on top of the cheekbone. Now I have seen girls take their blush all the way up to their forehead. I am not well versed in their technique. So I'm not gonna do that, but I do take a bit over my nose because I don't contour my nose at all. I don't do anything to my nose but put foundation on it and put a little blush across the top. And if you ever feel like it's not blended in that area, what I like to do is go back into my under eye powder, little bit, very little, and just do this, kind of like marrying the two together. So if there was a line or a harsh line, there isn't anymore. Boom, just like that. Then we take our setting spray, spray some out, then go crazy. And that is why I don't mind going in with the powders like that, because that setting spray is gonna melt all that away. We just put liquid all over the powder, okay? So whatever you were scared of happening with the powder is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, girl. Girl, the crazy thing is I didn't even do my makeup this bold and crazy like this when I was a scribble. This, I'm looking at this and I'm like, baby, this would have been perfect for the club. This would have been perfect for the club, but girl, I did not even do my makeup like this when I was in the club like that at all. While we allowing the setting spray to do what it's doing, I'm going to go under my eye, my waterline, with this black eyeliner. Now I'm also going to do some clusters. So I'm gonna have to pause y'all for that because it does take me a minute to do these. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done the lashes. Took me a minute, but we're done. So now I'm just going to wipe off this gloss. And then I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild lip liner in the shade Summer Brown now. It's my favorite lip liner. Blend it out. Like I always say, for this to be $1 lip liner, 99 cents, it goes on so smooth, perfectly smooth. Then I'm gonna go in with this MAC Bodacious. And I usually never leave my lips matte. It's just not my vibe. So I'm gonna go over it with a gloss. I feel like Sweet Mouth. I don't know why. My eyes just immediately went to Sweet Mouth. Yeah. I really want my eyes to stand out as the star of the show, so I'm not trying to do too much with the lips. I want all of the focus to be on the eyes for this look. And then I'm also gonna go in with this mascara from Maybelline, and I'm going to do my bottom lashes. Yeah, honey, we have came a long way from where we was, have we not? Yes, but I'm still feeling like I need to do something. I need to do something to my locks, some sort of style. I don't know, something bold, I guess, that'll match the eyes. So give me a second. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished look, and yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. It's definitely better with the full beads, okay? And then the hair, yeah, real cutesy. Love it, love it. I didn't think I was gonna be into the green when I first started, but like I said, when I come on here doing these videos, I do not have a plan. I have concepts of a plan, and then we just work our way through it. okay? We work our way through it together, okay? So yeah, feeling it, definitely feeling it, feeling myself. Yeah, okay, yeah. This is too cute. It just is. This is like one of my favorite ways to wear my hair. I just feel like it fits my face. If all else fails, pigtails. 2 buns or 2 pigtails can never go wrong. I think it's the round face. It's the cute face. It's gonna give because I have the chubby cheeks. You know what I mean? Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this green goddess cut crease tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave any other makeup suggestions in the comment section, because sometimes I be needing some ideas. So yeah, if there's another look that you want me to do, another eyeshadow color, or some type of eyeshadow vibe, or some type of style you want me to try, some sort of technique you want me to try, leave it down below in the comment section. And like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.